Hey everybody out there, welcome back to another edition of Eye to Eye Live, where we talk about Disney, Marvel, and Star Wars news. My name is Kyle. I am part one of two. There's the dynamic duo, Eye to Eye Disney Through Our Eyes. Jessica is not here. As we talked about before, if you've been on any of our other live streams, we've been discussing possibly getting on here a little bit more often to do some just impromptu, informal chats about Disney news that's upcoming when there's a lot going on. We did one last Friday, I believe, which was pretty successful, and discussed some things that were going on because there was just a lot that announced. There was enough that I felt that today was announced that it would warrant us getting on here, doing a live show with you guys to discuss some of the things and what's on your mind in terms of Disney news that's been announced today, or just in general, or just have a fun chat together. I had a lot of fun last time doing it. So since this is a live show, I would ask that you do me a couple favors, that you smash that like button, but you also share this out with a friend or two so we can get as many people in here to be part of the chat as possible, because it's always more fun, the more the merrier, so they say. So I have a couple of things that I want to talk about tonight, but I also want to hear from you. And since it's a live show, that means it's interactive, and I want to hear from you and who is here tonight. I see Juan is already here in the chat. Nice to see you as well, Juan. Thanks for joining us on another one of these tonight. It's always good to have people that are here regular and stuff like that. I also will suggest too, at the start of this, if you haven't done so already, make sure you go check out our video from today. This Monday, we dropped a video about the Maleficent dragon that I'll put a link to here in the video out post-production if you guys want to go check that out, where we talk about the new the re-arrival of Maleficent the dragon coming back to the park, the Festival of Fantasy Parade, which is very exciting. And we talked about that, some speculation about the future. Should they do some more type of these things? Maybe not with so much fire in it, because, you know, that didn't go so well. But check that out if you haven't done so as well. And then we put out our brand new vlog 1 from our October trip. I'll put the link here as well if you want to go check that out as well, from our Disney World trip in October 2018 tonight. So like I said, I have a couple of things on my list that I want to discuss from you tonight. One of those being, let me pull my list up here and make sure I have it handy for it. Bo Peep was revealed today. That's the main thing in the headline tonight. Her new look, that she's in the storyline. We've heard that's what the script was going to be about for Toy Story 4, but now we actually get it confirmed. Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., the trailer is here, and the trailer says specifically, Coulson is dead. That's not a spoiler because it's in the trailer. If you've seen the trailer, it says Coulson is dead. The Skyliner footage, more gondola artwork, what they're going to look like, is available now. And then I like to throw these little tidbits in here because I think they're really cool. Today is the anniversary. I forget which one. Is it like 20 years or something like that, of the Kim Possible Showcase World Adventure that has been sadly lost and forgotten to time. I never got to do it by the time it was gone. By the time I was there, and had a chance maybe to enjoy it as well. So those are the main things that I want to hit on tonight. But if there is something else that you want to talk about, make sure you let me know in the comment section below. I think we'll obviously start with the Bo Peep stuff, because Juan has already said Bo Peeps and put some sheeps in there. You're always good with the little emojis and things like that, Juan. I love it. I love it so much. It just entertains me to no end. But yeah, so the Bo Peep reveal. Juan, anybody else? I want to know, first off, do you like the new look of Bo Peep? Juan says, I wonder why Bo Peep has a bandage around her arm since she's a toy and not a human person. You know, I didn't notice that bandage arm, and I probably should have taken a little closer look at that one. I probably should pull it up right here, right now on my phone, so I could kind of talk along with you if my phone will connect. I don't know if it will or not, but we'll see if it will. If Disney, Pixar, they're very specific with what they put in their movies and what they include. So I would think that if there's a Band-Aid there, then they definitely have a reason for that, and that they want a story to be told because of that Band-Aid. So I'm not pulling up a picture right now here of it. I'm trying to, Juan, and I may not get it to tonight. But like I said, if there's a reason for it to be there. With the whole, I guess my bigger question I have for it, Juan, and what you maybe think of it, whether or not you like it or not, but what do you think the reason behind the change is in the look? Granted, she's what, two movies removed from an appearance. She's probably gone through some changes since being given away or whatever happened to her. But whatever the reason, I'm just curious what the change. What is making them want to do the change in the decor for her, in the dress up for her. Juan says, also, Forky says, I'm not a toy. Why is he alive? Well, I mean, that's even a bigger question there, Juan. Why is anything that is inanimate in that world alive? Because, I mean, I think we could ask that about why are the toys alive? I'm sure there's some, if you guys haven't done so, there's like videos out there for the Pixar theory. You need to go check all of that out. And I'm sure they've found a way to interweave all of that stuff together. So there's got to be something out there for why these toys are alive. Somebody has figured it out. Alex is in the house. Good to see you, Alex. We've just been talking about the Toy Story 4 reveal for Bo Peep and her new look and seeing whether people like it or not. Cam's Corners in the house. I'm the #1 Disney fan out there. That's a tall claim, but I won't fight you on it. If someone wants to claim they're the #1 Disney fan, shoot. I mean, who am I to judge on that part here? I was trying to see if I could pull up a picture for Juan, but my phone is not wanting to cooperate with me right now. Juan says, I like Bo Peep's blue dress, and I think she is at the carnival now, but I don't know why. See, you seem to know a lot of the backstory to Bo Peep that I don't know about, which is not hard to do because, I try my best to stay up on all these things, but there's only so much time and so much energy I have to stay up on all those things. But we're speculating. Apparently, Juan has noticed that Bo Peep has a bandage on her arm. What's the story behind that? I'm more interested in why the change, though. And maybe here's the thing, I don't know if you noticed today on social media, I posted, I thought was a very funny GIF. Is the reaction. One person had a certain reaction to Bo Peep's new look, and that's Edna Mode. And she says, no capes whatsoever. Let's see. It's Alex and Cam, I guess, are both here. Alex likes her look. Yeah, I mean, I don't have major problems with it. I just am interested why, and we'll find out in the movie why she, is here. And here's an even bigger question for you guys. Do you think this storyline, it seems to be, of them going to find Bo Peep is worth them doing a 6th movie for this? Because, a lot of people are of the opinion that Disney should have left Toy Story being done at the 3rd movie because it had such a great ending. So Disney and Pixar have never proven me wrong before. So I'm not going to fault them for trying something new, trying to keep cashing in on something that's done so well for them. However, I'm a little skeptical that a storyline about going to find Bo Peep, and I'm sure there's an underlying theme there, that we're not picking up on, is going to retain my attention all that much. Amanda's here. Good to see you, Amanda. We're seeing a lot of our familiar faces from our Thursday night group that gets on here. If you haven't before, make sure you come on over to our Thursday night live stream, which is at 7:30 p.m. Eastern time, where we chat a little bit, but then we get into some Disney trivia. And that's usually a lot of fun because we get people competing from everywhere for that. Juan says, yes, because I like where the heck is Bo Peeps. He just wants that answered. And if everybody's got things they want to know about from their favorite franchises, and if that's the thing that you have to have answered, Juan, I'm not going to judge you at all. But it's interesting. I think the marketing campaign for Toy Story 4 has been interesting. They started out with their initial teaser trailer release was just the whole where we got introduced to Forky, everybody's holding hands and things like that. And then we had the second trailer that was kind of making fun of people who reacted to the trailer. So they're making fun of us. right back. And now they've released not a trailer, but like a little video snippet for the Bo Peep reveal. And she comes flying through the page there to reveal her new look. And then there's a poster so you can get a really good look for it. So I think it's interesting how they're kind of like peppering in all this stuff for when we finally get an official brand new trailer for Toy Story 4, which I haven't heard any rumblings on when that's going to be, but I'm sure it's right, right around the corner. So that's my main thoughts on the whole Bo Peep reveal. Some other things that I wanted to mention too, and I know we talked about this on the last little impromptu live stream that we did, the Skyliner and the gondolas for Walt Disney World. There's been a lot coming out because we're getting closer and closer and closer to them being able to be used and a little bit more revealed at Walt Disney World. How excited are you guys for this? I know last time we talked about there's people concerned about no central air. Yeah, I'm a little concerned about that too, but it looks so cool. So today they released a video kind of behind the scenes showing them being brought in, their first little order of them. We got to see kind of how they're building it, so to speak, but we also got to see some new artwork that's going to be out there. So we've seen some of the simpler things like the Mickey, the Minnie, Donald, Goofy type stuff. But now we're seeing that they're not just going to incorporate the Disney characters in here, the Pixar characters, the Star Wars characters, and Marvel characters. Now they have to be careful with the whole thing with the place across the street. They have to only use certain Marvel characters that they don't have to fight Universal with. Mouse Talk's in the house. Hello, good to see you. I'm glad you popped in to say hello. We're always good to see you since we have live streams on Thursday at the same time. This is one of the advantages of doing these pop-up like news discussions and things like that. So it's good to see you here as well. And a good reminder here as well, if you haven't already, make sure you smash that like button to encourage as many people to come in on the chat as possible to have fun in here discussing with us about these things. So question for the room here. What do you guys, in terms of designs, want to see on the Skyliners? You've seen some of the previews, but if you had to pick a character from Disney, Pixar, Star Wars, what would be your ultimate one to ride in? You know, I like to pick one from each. So I would say Juan says he wants a Pixar one. I think I want to pick one from each, basically. Mouse Talk, I know they came out with the lineup today. I was wondering, though, will they add some more, and would you guys have any ones? And how about this? From the lineup that they have announced, and I guess we'll pull it up here. Let's see the Skyliner, Disney Skyliner lineup. We're going to look at some of them together and see what we think about them. Miles Talk wants Haunted Mansion ones, and those were one of the ones that were announced. I think that's one of the coolest ones. If they can, incorporate some of the rides, it's great advertisement. It's like, hey, I know you're over here riding on this gondola system, but at the same time, you need to come over to the Magic Kingdom and ride in the Haunted Mansion because everybody wants to be there. I think from the lineup, let me see, where is Skyliner news? Here is, I think, some 7 hours ago. I'm going to pull this one up and see if it does it. Alex wants, I'd like a Star Wars character like Chewbacca. Now, I think there is. So there you go. So I've got 4 of them in front of me right now. One of them, you've got Buzz, Woody, and Jesse. Another one, C-3PO and R2-D2. You got Donald and Daisy in their new kind of look from that new cartoon. And then the coolest thing, the thing I was most surprised about, was the Marvel edition Guardians of the Galaxy. You've got Gamora and Star-Lord. Who doesn't want to ride in one with Groot and Rocket? I don't know if that's going to be on the backside or this is exactly what you're going to see. I just think it's super cool that the more they can start incorporating Marvel into the parks, the happier I get in the Florida parks. The happier I get. We saw like the monorail, and the bus things for Thor Ragnarok, for the Avengers movies, for Civil War, all that kind of stuff. They have merchandise in the park. They do Guardians of the Galaxy at Epcot, the live show. this is just like the icing on the cake for me when I see more and more Marvel being brought to the parks. Yes, I do agree that Kylo is always so dramatic. I mean, he is one of the most dramatic people in the Star Wars universe. However, doesn't he have a reason to be dramatic? I mean, you know, his grandfather is Darth Vader. His uncle is one of the greatest Jedis ever that just refuses to be a Jedi at this point. His mother and father seem to be a little bit estranged at the time we kind of meet all of them together. So he just has, dramatic. So here's the thing. If there's a Kylo Ren Skyliner ever won, you have to ride in it, but you must be dramatic, just as emo and dramatic as he is. I think that should be a requirement, is that they have, you have to act a certain way. You have to act spooky in the Haunted Mansion one. You have to have angry in the Donald Duck one. Things like that. And let's see, they mentioned some other ones. I think these are some interesting choices. Some of them are really good. Other themed gondolas will be Coco, Goofy, Pete, Horace, Horsecollar, and Clarabelle Cow. I think it's real interesting because I've noticed they've started pushing Clarabelle Cow and also Horace Horsecollar kind of back to prominence. I think they're trying to kind of rejuvenate them a little bit. So including them on the gondolas is going to give them a lot of exposure. The Haunted Mansion we already talked about. Finding Dory. I think it's interesting they do Finding Dory and not just Finding Nemo. I'm sure Nemo is going to be a part of it, but it's interesting that they would specifically say Finding Dory. I guess they want to incorporate the characters from that, like the octopus, the whale, things like that. Monsters Inc. is a good choice, and Pirates of the Caribbean is a brilliant choice. I wish there was one more Marvel character they could throw in there. I think Doctor Strange is under their full control. But so if I had to pick ones from these lists that I'd want to see that aren't on here, from just a straight Disney character, I'd want to see Hercules, Aladdin, something like that. The heroes, even Mulan. I'd want to see for Pixar. They've already done Monsters Inc. and Dory and all that stuff. What would Cars? Well, no, Cars doesn't really fit with that theming. It's not Pixar, but they could do Planes, which was not that big of a success. I'd have to think on the Pixar one. I do like Rex and Ham and Potato Head. They could put them in there, but they've already got Toy Story. Star Wars Stormtroopers. You gotta love Stormtroopers. And Marvel, my love is always going to be the Spider-Man. I don't know if y'all can see it, the Spider-Man thing hanging up behind me. But if we could get just one more Marvel character like Doctor Strange that I don't think have rights problems with, that would be great. Michelle, good to see you tonight. And John, I cannot pronounce that last name, Osiguinda Vlogs, good to see you. Happy Monday night to you. I just got a chopper from Star Wars Rebels. Pop figure. Oh, the chopper droid. That's really cool. So you can see some of my pops behind you. There are many more up here. One of our goals this year, besides hitting 1,000 subscribers, we'd love to do that. So if you haven't, shared us with some of your friends, is to kind of redo the backdrop back here, because we have a lot of empty space, as you can tell. I've got things I can put up, but we got to figure out a better way to display all the pops and all the other merchandise and stuff that we have on here. But like you can see, I've got I've got 3 of Snow White. I've got Snow White and then one other dwarf back here. I've got a complete 20th anniversary set for Pixar and stuff. And then, of course, you can see Star Wars and Marvel stuffs over there. So I love pops, and I have a problem. We need to have like a Monday night pop therapy session for everybody who can't stop buying them. Michael's Craft Store is where you got it from, I'm guessing what you're saying. And see, here's another thing too, is like, I try my best to not just buy them at will. I try to basically really say, do I need, not, I don't need any of them, but do I really, 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 really want this one? So like for the 20th anniversary Toy Story ones, yes, that is unquestioned. It's really easy to complete that. It's not easy, but there's only like 5 of them. So you can complete that set. But, like I'm getting close to Rogue One being done down there, all the pops. My goal is to have all the Avengers Infinity War by the end of the year. A lot of goals here, but, Let's see on here some of the comments that I missed up on. Are you going to get Alice in Wonderland teacup ride cup? That's a great segue into something we posted on social media. I asked that question on Facebook and Twitter, and I got more yeses than I thought we would, because if you've seen the price, $49.99, that's $50 for me for a pop. I've got to really love it. It's got to be Donald, Spider-Man, all thrown into one. It is just, it's crazy. I mean, I have a hard time justifying $50 for a little figurine like that. And I try my hardest to buy them at very cheap prices at Second and Charles when they've already kind of been used a little bit. I'm very picky at that. I think the pops really have to blow me away to get them. Yes, I think that's a good way to think about it. Mouse talk. It's a very good way to keep us from going overboard with some of this stuff. John, I'm glad you love Spider-Man. I think Spider-Man's the best. There he is right there just hanging. It's like the most cheap little prop that we have in our backdrop here, but I gotta have something for Spider-Man. He's the absolute best. But yeah, I could talk about pops for an hour. I thought about doing a update on my pop collection on a video on the channel this year, but I just can't do it because I just keep adding to them, and the list just gets longer and longer. Do you guys have a favorite pop, Funko Pop that you have, or do you just not like them at all? Are you excited for the new Marvel movies? Captain Marvel, Avengers Endgame, Spider-Man Far From Home. How do I say this in one word without making it sound dull? I would just say yes, but abso-freaking-lutely. Obviously, huge Spider-Man fan. Somebody said they're the biggest Disney fan earlier. I will take the cake as the biggest Spider-Man fan. I am so excited for this lineup this year. We're finally getting a conclusion to everything from this beginning of the Marvel Universe. We're going to get a brand new hero for that much. And I think that's really, really awesome. Everybody, I'm going to put these up here. I've seen other people do it in others live streams. I have no problem with you guys promoting your channels and stuff like that. So John wants everybody to go check out his. So I've brought his back up here. I think it was hiding the comment for some reason. But there you go. Go check his out as well. But yeah, I'm really excited for all that stuff. My order of excitement would be Endgame, Spider-Man, Far From Home, and then Avengers. No, not Avengers, and then Captain Marvel. I think there's some people that are kind of worried about the Captain Marvel movie, if it's going to do as well as they think it might. But I think it's going to do well. We've wanted a new superhero for some time, so I think it's going to do well. Oh, Michelle, you have the Stan Lee pop. Now I'm super jealous of you. I can't even, you're on a different level for me when you have a Stan Lee pop. You and I both. Alex says, I'm worried about the future of Marvel. Oh, Alana's in the house. Good to see you, Alana. You've been doing a lot of good work. I was really jealous of you. If you haven't, go over to Alana's channel. She has been doing a lot of strong work over there. Got to meet Bob Gurr. I mean, come on, Bob Gurr. So go check out her channel for all the videos that she's been doing lately with that. But Mouse Talk says, I'm worried about the future of Marvel not having Iron Man, Captain America, Thor moving forward is going to feel very, very different. And I think that's a great point, Mouse Talk. I just wonder, yes, I will agree with you. I am worried about it as well. But how worried am I? I don't know. I think there's potential to have different characters fill those roles, not necessarily maybe Thor, Captain America, but a version of them. I think with the X-Men potentially coming in, the Fantastic Four, there's enough there for us to kind of not feel the pain of losing a Cap, a Thor, an Iron Man so much. But I do think we're going to see different versions of some of those characters. A different Iron Man or a woman, or a different Captain America of some sorts. John said this year Chris Evans' last Marvel movie is the Avengers as Captain America. Yes, we've all been dreading that day because we know that's the last time he's scheduled on. He wants to move, and I have no problem with them wanting to move on to other things because you see a lot of times actors don't want to be known for a certain role their entire life, but I think all of these ones are very proud of being labeled and known for this great thing that they pulled off together. Alex says potentially a young Avengers team. Yes, that is a potential factor there. But as long as Spider-Man is going to be back in the fold, which it appears to be, I'm going to be okay. How about this? Let's ask a question. We've got a good group here. Pick one of Captain America, Thor, or Iron Man. If you had to only keep one, and meaning you could keep the actor, Chris Hemsworth, Chris Evans, Robert Downey Jr., if you could only keep one, who would you pick? And that's it. You can only keep one. You may not get any of them, but just curious what people think here. Bearded Captain America is my favorite one, says. Do you have a little man crush on him? I might as well too. Chris Evans will always be known as the Human Torch. I would hope that we're able to look past his Human Torch role. But how cool would that be for him to be in a Marvel movie, the Fantastic Four to be in it with him, and him meet the new Fantastic Four Torch and be like, I know you from somewhere. I don't know where. Mouse Talk says, Captain Marvel, hands down, not even close. Captain America for Alex. Captain America for John. Alana, I'm surprised at that one. I guess, though, I'm assuming what you're going with is the cuteness angle. Do you just like the Thor, Chris Hemsworth thing? I mean, I can get lost in that man's eyes, too. I'm just saying. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, it seems like the consensus is Captain America, and I agree with that. I think Cap is, while Robert Downey started this whole thing, I think Captain America is the heart and soul. If I could pick one, it'd be him. But man, I like Thor too, though, and here's Chris Hemsworth. I don't know. It's so hard. It's a hard question. I asked the question. I'm still messed up on it. Oh my, look at that mini in the background. Is that from your cousin? Yes. Did we talk about this at a previous live stream or something? This is, I think we did it on yours, Alana. This is the mini from Tokyo Disneyland, Tokyo Disneyland. I have a cousin-in-law, Jessica's cousin, who spent time over in Tokyo, and when she came back, she surprised us with this. This is awesome. Like, I don't have like a really strong desire to go over to the overseas ones, but we will someday. But just to have like a piece from over there is pretty cool. And it's in, all the stuff's in Japanese too, and I can't read it. So it's just really cool to have that. I don't think you have a unpopular opinion with the Thor pick. I just think it's, it's preference. But I think we've got a hashtag Team Captain America war going over here. Chris Evans is the best, but we're going to have to at some point deal with him being gone. And the Captain America is the best trilogy. That's a tough call. Which is the best of the trilogy? It's definitely not Thor because it had some low points. You're probably right. It probably is the Captain. I mean, with Civil War, it's probably going to be the best one. Alana, I'm glad you like the mini thing. We kept it in Jessica's room for the longest time, but I finally said, you know what? We might as well put it in here in the background because it needs to look there. Raphael's in the house. Alana and Raphael. Good to see you guys. Glad to have everybody in here tonight. And by the way, Alana and Raphael, we got your card. Thank you so much for that. That was very heartfelt. You didn't have to do that. We got it today. And I can't believe it took me this long to mention it to Alana in the chat. But thank you so much for your thank you. It was very nice to see that coming in our mail today. Since we're on the Marvel talk, let's mention this. And we'll move away from some Marvel stuff because I know not everybody's forte is that. Anybody here watch Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.? Raise your hands. Let me know. I'm interested if anybody else watches Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. I've tapered off. Season 6 is coming up. It's going to be here before you know it. They put the trailer out today. So first off, do you watch Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.? And if you do, have you seen the trailer? because I want to be careful about spoilers if you're watching it and you're behind. There's not really spoilers. I guess the trailer kind of has some spoilers in it. But the title, heck yes and yes. The title says Phil Coulson is dead, like in bold. So they want you to see it. They want you to know that. But then there's something shown at the end of it that's contrary to that, or at least it seems to be. So I'm very intrigued now where they're going with this season. We know it's getting the 7th season. I'm super excited for that. I think I've been rejuvenated by it, and I can't wait to watch it. Is it really that good? Juan asks. It's had some low points. It took me a lot to get into the last season. Started tapering off on season 4, but 1 through 3, I think a lot of people didn't like some parts of 1 and didn't give it another chance, but 2 and 3 for me were the best. I really, and they're tie-ins with the movies. So I would say if you haven't given Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. a chance, it's on Netflix. Go check it out, and I would love to have more fans for that coming up here. Alex says last 2 seasons have been the best. I don't know that I agree, but hey, to each his own. Let's see here if I had anything else on my list tonight. Oh, here's last thing, and we're going to get out of here because I don't, I appreciate everybody staying on this long, but it is the anniversary of the Kim Possible World Showcase adventure there. It's been replaced by, I know this might be an unpopular opinion. Sorry, everybody. The Phineas and Ferb World Showcase adventure. I cannot stand that show. I just can't stand it. And when it replaced the Kim Possible version, which I never got to do, I was so mad about that. So happy anniversary, or what would have been for the Kim Possible World Showcase adventure. Did anybody ever get to do that in Epcot? That version of it, not the Phineas and Ferb one, but did you ever get a chance to do that one? Alex, you love that show. Are you saying Gravity Falls or Kim Possible, or are you saying that to Phineas and Ferb? Because I'm gonna have to judge you one way or the other. But you never did the World Showcase for Kim Possible. Gravity Falls, Juan says he likes. I've heard a lot of good things about it, but I think it's a little past my time for liking that. So I'm just gonna let other people have that and just let you tell me about it. John, have a great night. We'll see you later. Thanks for being on here. I'm about to wrap up too myself. Yeah, I loved the Kim Possible show growing up. I'm sad that is not around anymore, but I'm going to give the new movie a chance on Disney Channel. I just don't think it's going to be that good. But anyway. All right, I think that's going to wrap it up for tonight, guys. Thank you again for everybody who's been on here tonight for this impromptu news chat. We're going to try to do as often as we can, try to maybe give you guys a little bit more notice here. But thank you, Alana. Thanks for being here. Have a good night. John, I don't have Instagram yet, but we may be working on that. So we'll let you know when it comes out. But just keep your notification bell, subscribe if you haven't to, and check out the videos from this week talking about the Maleficent Dragon, and then our vlog from last week with the vlog one for our October trip. If you haven't checked all that, please do that. Subscribe, like, all that good stuff. Check everybody else's channel out. That's all I have for you right now. Until we assemble again, may the force be with you, and I'll see you real soon.